that meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. They're a small town for living. Look around.
Morning and welcome to the morning show and NCTV45, and we give you this every day after we get through Newswatch, just a little I don't know, thing to keep you running, and as you go through your day, give you a song to keep in your mind. Now, this is the ever popular ZZ Top and Legs, and we're going to give you just some news views, things that are going on, a brief synopsis of what's happening now and what you can look for in your day. Currently, today's programming was provided from funding
for all the neighbors in life. Talk to State Farm agent Michael Joseph in Newcastle. State Farm is there.
Now 49 degrees, and they in crane room weather they changed the forecast a little bit, so we're going to talk about that, and we'll talk a little bit about the Pirates, and we'll get to the mailbag as we can bring you up to date on who and what's going on. And wow, I guess everybody was busy last night. And you know, I have to ask this question as Darian Holmes. Now, interesting. I stopped by his office. I didn't get a return call, and just wondering what's going on. Would really like to talk to him and his group. Okay, and well, I just throw that out there. So we'll take a look at that. Let's get to the birthday list, and I'm like kind of wow, as all the emails that came in, really quite a few. Here we go. Nicole Jency, and sorry, Fotia, Foyet, Hauser Christian, Kim Stewart Claim, Leanne Latrena, Jim Sheldon, Alexis Welker, Martha Galmarini Lambo, and Larry Hedrick. Here's hoping that you're having that cup of coffee and maybe that second piece of birthday cake as we go through this morning show. And you know, I always like to take a look at who's out there and watching. Excuse me. And the last couple mornings, I've been a little remiss at hitting the right button over here, and I just thought about it the other day as people let me know, and believe me, there's a lot of people that let me know. Currently 15 minutes after the hour, just to keep you, if you're watching us live and running on time, you know, some people are early risers and have to be out, so I try and start at the top every hour. And We'll give the folks a shout out on Facebook and Twitter. I don't know what made me forget to hit these buttons yesterday. People were, you didn't hit the button.
A special thanks to Paul D. Weller Hardware in Mahoningtown for providing funding for this program.
And all of a sudden, everybody's coming up. You know, I'll tell you what, I'm glad to be having coffee with you this morning as we get and go through this Wednesday. Do you believe it? And now tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. Here's hoping that you get some corned beef and cabbage. You know, for St. Patrick's Day on Cooking the Castle, I made turkey Devonshire. Now, that's not really an Irish type meal. Although I did use a little corned beef in it. One of the things that we did on Cooking the Castle, and if you look at our earlier episodes, they're not quite as nice as the newer ones, but the recipes are still as good. And if you look back on that, you'll see that we made corned beef and cabbage. So take a look up Cooking the Castle, and you'll be amazed.
Today's programming furnished by a grant from Chalala and Carney Florist on Mill Street in Newcastle. This program made possible by a grant from Melva's Deja Vu, where everything old is new again.
Now, let's get to see what's going on. First of all, for those March Madness people, it was Florida Gulf Coast beating Fairleigh Dickinson 96-65, and it was Wichita over Vanderbilt 70-50. So that rounds out those top four teams that enter the contest. And I'm just going to go down and do the NHL or the NBA right now. Tough one, Nick. Our Boston Celtics, they fell to the Indiana Pacers. Orlando beat up on Denver. Brooklyn beat Philadelphia. Toronto over Milwaukee. It was San Antonio, Angelo. Those Spurs beat the Clippers 108-87, and Sacramento over the Lakers. You know, I think go to Cedars and try just about anything. Their wings, their fish sandwiches, because I get their fish sandwiches all the time. And they bring you this Cedars Sports Corner, you know, twice a day. They advertise with NCTV45, Crane Room. A lot of these people, you don't realize how much they're doing to help Newcastle. So let's continue with this Cedars Sports Corner. Hold it. I have to take a sip of this coffee. Do you believe the Pens? What's this, like 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 as the Pens? I had to adjust my glasses. Yes, they beat the New York Islanders 2-1. Washington beat the Hurricanes 2-1. Philadelphia over Detroit 4-3. Toronto 4, it was the Lightning 1. Florida beat Montreal 4-1. Ottawa 3-2 over Minnesota. The Kings 5-2. And the San Jose Sharks 3-2 over Boston. Now, I like to look and see sometimes they have NIT action here. See if the NCAA, you know, on the off nights, the NIT takes center stage. So you kind of get all basketball all the time. And Insider, let's see if they give it to us. Probably not. And we'll have to check that out for you to see if there's any NIT information as we go through this. Now I'll stop back to see how everybody is online. Let me give a good morning. And excuse me that I don't type the capitals, okay?
This program furnished by a grant from Keystone Specialty, Newcastle's party store on Mill Street in Newcastle. Funding provided by Main Street Clothiers and Tailors, Washington Street, Newcastle.
As we look at it, sometimes, you know, you're out there one-handed, and what can you say? Now, as we make our way back, let's take a look again in the mailbag. And we've had Joe R. Fusco sends his thanks from Union Township. Glad to hear from you, Joe. And it's Eddie Yorn. Now, he's a proud supporter of Lawrence County baseball. And check out his posts on Facebook. He puts together quite a few, like he was talking about the North County, then the 2002 Newcastle NCABA under 10 stuff that he had. Just tremendous posts. And there's a North County again. Garrett from Laurel, Mal Lincoln, you know, that is some great stuff that goes out there. Now, Jana Filatico writes in, and you know, it hardly seems like a year has gone by, but I know Josh Zona watches every day, he tells me, and it's the Renova Music Festival. And he's currently in Alexandria, Louisiana. He's been there since 2005. And he comes home to put on these great concerts in the summer. Relaxing. It's at Villa Maria, but it swings through town. And it includes like Tchaikovsky's Number 10 Symphony, Gershwin Rhapsody in Blue. It's truly unbelievable, and he brings in people from, or musicians from all over. He holds a bachelor's degree from Ohio State, and he graduated from Ball State University. He was assistant conductor in Indiana, and Muncie, Indiana Orchestra, and holds a doctorate in musical arts from Michigan State University. So we'll be telling you more about the Renova music festival and talking about it as time goes through here. I see that they put the Pop Warner or youth football event in they're having a night at the races. Congratulations to those guys, and do try to get involved with these things. The night at the races for the youth football in Newcastle is July 16th, 5 o'clock at the Cascade Pavilion, and we'll keep that off to the side so that you could see it. And Gordon Lyles from the Newcastle Youth Football Association, they have a thing. We'll be taking up your friendship there and talking about good things involved. As we go through, and let me get this out of the way. Rhonda Rogers. Thanks for tuning in. And as we're almost through the mailbag, Roger Jolly and Rick Jolly, all friends from Union on Figgy Burks' birthday. Way to go, guys.
This program furnished by a grant from Ferrone Brothers. 2 locations, Newcastle on Mill Street and Wilmington Road in Newcastle.
And last but not least, there's nothing there. Okay, so that gets us through the mailbag. Well, and then all of a sudden all this showed up. Let's just give it a quick glance to make sure that there's nothing here. This in, I actually wrote this in from Gregory Gornsey, and I hate to do this because these guys will get a big head. I actually rode shotgun with an older person, kind of like, sort of like that before. Very funny video. And he was commenting about yesterday, Tuesday's J&J Padula Extra. Now, if you haven't had the chance to watch the Padula Extra, check it out. Check out the Padula Show. This is what I'm talking about. Entertainment right here in Newcastle. On your phone, out in the community. There's plenty of things to do here, and it just amazing. So there was a nice comment in the mailbag, and I think you gotta love this, as they try every day to send you a virus. Okay, just unbelievable. Be careful of that. Don't click on their little things and put that in a position where you have bad things coming up, because that'll make you kind of nuts. Now let's take a look, and if my son would hand me those papers on the printer, maybe not. I wanted to remind you of the Easter Fest That's downtown here in Newcastle at Mary Mother of Hope Parish. And, they do a tremendous job with that. And I know it's crowded every year. That's one of those things that you can take part in as you go through your day and you tune into Newswatch. We have so many people bringing us information that it's different every day. So watch it just to skim through, see some of the items that you might be interested in, whether it's an Easter egg hunt out in Volant and or the Easter Fest. I'm going to take a second and get my script over there that has some papers that I don't always put everything on my tablet. We'll be right back after these messages.
Today's programming provided by Geno's Grocery, Deli, Lottery. Convenient and on your way. Geno's in Mahoningtown. Special thanks to Butts, Flowers, Gifts, and More in downtown Newcastle for their support and funding of this program. Butts Flowers, downtown Newcastle.
And it reminds me that was my first commercial break. That's okay. I'll get them in as we go through. Call the Jameson, and I told you this yesterday about they have the state is offering freedom from smoking. Okay, and you have to register. It's a 6-part series. You got to register by the 22nd, and the number to call is 724-656. I'm going to give you the number at the top here. 724-662-1550, extension 147. And just a heads up, coming up at Sharon Regional, remember they're doing those physicals. And next week, as we announced yesterday, it's bariatric seminar and ways to volunteer at Sharon Regional. So remember, Thursday's always open mic night down at the Confluence. I wanted to get to this to tell you about the Easter Fest because it's such a great time. It's on Saturday, March 19th from 9:30 to 3. And just a well of a time that they have down there. We talked about L. Shorts. Ronnie Dam. Earth Day, April 23rd in Ewing Park from 10 to 2. And Newcastle and Elwood are joining forces to make this a county-wide event. They're looking for people with booths. Pass the word along. Earth Day, Ewing Park, Ronnie Dam, the Good Green Witch. So pretty good thing there. Let's get to Crane Room 45 weather.
Today's programming was provided from funding
For all the numbers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michael Joseph in Newcastle. State Farm is there.
Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown.
Last night's overnight low, 49. And what's your Wednesday looking like? Now, this is what's kind of interesting. Showers and thunderstorms possible. Gradually becoming mostly sunny. Now, we didn't say anything about sun. This just changed from having Newswatch to here. All of a sudden, they think the wind's going to blow and the sun's going to come out. There is a 60% chance of precipitation. The high 65, so be prepared for a little windy, rainy, sunny weather. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low around 40. And then your St. Patrick's Day, there is partly sunny skies with a high of 56, but a 40% chance of rain after 11 a.m. Thursday night, cloudy, a low around 35. The chance of precipitation goes down to 30%. And Friday, chance of rain and showers, high of 43. Mostly cloudy skies, and the chance of rain on Friday is 40%. Partly cloudy Friday night with a low of 24. Now, your weekend, mostly sunny on Saturday with a high of 41. Saturday's overnight low, 27. 30% chance of rain. And Sunday, now it's going to be cool in the morning, because we said 27 for Saturday night's overnight low. Sunday, a high of 42. There is a 30% chance of snow and rain. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, a low around 28. Monday, a chance of showers, partly sunny, a high of 41. The chance of precipitation is 30%. Monday night, partly cloudy with a low around 27. And so the sun's going to come out from time to time over the next few days. Monday, partly sunny, and Tuesday also partly sunny, 41 and 46 respectively. So they've lightened up on the rain a little bit. That's good to see. Now, that was Crane Room 45 weather. And, always good to go to the Crane Room, see what's going on. And
Programming provided through funding from Daimio and Olson Law Group, with offices in Elwood City and in Newcastle in the Washington Center. Daimio and Olson Law Group. Mr. Pizza provided a grant for this program. Mr. Pizza, East Washington Street. Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
And I tell you to check out our programming day for those of you on Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. This way you get a chance to view everything. We put them in playlists for you. We had Penn State and Princeton baseball. That's a variety of things you get here on NCTV45. And I'm looking just to make sure that we've talked to everybody that we've had to speak with. One last check over here, and there you go. Now, the morning show will be, I won't be going away, but a good friend is going to start doing the morning show, so that should be taking place next week, and I should be getting one less job to do, which really sounds great. So keep tuning into the morning show, and as we get and give you your song for the day, that would be ZZ Top and Legs. Let you listen a little bit, and by all means, make sure that you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody. See you on down the road.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.